Hello everyone, this is Colin once again. I'm making this video in response to an invite that I received on one of the comments to my video, the Robert Spencer video, and I believe the Proving Jesus is the Jewish Messiah. The user's name is Bob Waters 101, and Bob invited me to look at his channel so that I would learn something. And after reviewing his channel, I have learned something. I've learned that Bob is mistaken about what he's trying to point out here. You know, Bob, I have nothing personal against you. You just told me to look at your channel and see if I learned anything, and I'm going to tell you what I learned from your channel. First off, you mentioned that the big lie is that Allah is the same God worshipped by the people of the book, meaning the God of the Jews and the Christians. You then quote Adolf Hitler in his famous quote, if you tell a big lie, make it simple, keep saying it, eventually they will believe it, blah, 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 blah. And they say you don't mean to offend people, but this is from what the Bible and the Quran says. They're not your words, they're from the Bible and the Quran. You continue to say the big lie, Allah is the same God worshipped by the people of the book, Allah is the God of the Jews and the Christians. You say that's the big lie. Then you say, what does the Bible and the Quran say? Who is Allah? Allah calls himself Lord of the Worlds 26 times in the Quran. Allah is referred to as Lord of the Worlds. Now, first off, Allah in the Quran has 99 attributes, and he does call himself the God of the Jews and the Christians many times in the Quran as well, but you're taking an exception to the title Lord of the Worlds. Now, then you say, what about the God in the Bible? He never once refers to himself as Lord of the Worlds. Is Lord of the Worlds in the Bible? Yes. And you quote a passage from a letter from Paul, chapter 6, verse 12, where you say, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Rulers of darkness, and then you quote Strong's Concordance, Lord of the world, prince of this age, the devil. And now I see where you're going with this. You then quote Luke chapter 4, verse 5 through 8, where Jesus is tempted by the devil, and of course the devil says to Jesus, I'll give you all of the kingdoms on the planet, and Jesus of course denies it. So what is your point? Well, the thing is that you are confusing two different titles. Allah in the Quran never says he's the Lord of the world, meaning just planet Earth. He's saying he is Lord of all the worlds, meaning the universe. He's the master of the universe, the creator of the universe. Satan is never given this title in the Bible. He's only called Lord of the world, or the God of this world, meaning just one planet, that's planet Earth. Allah in the Quran says he's Lord of the worlds, plural, meaning more than one world, meaning the universe by interpretation. So you say Satan equals Allah, Lord of the world. You're basically mixing up two separate titles here. Then you say, who is the Antichrist? You say 1 John chapter 2, verse 22, who is the liar, but he that denieth that Jesus is the Christ? He is the Antichrist that denieth the Father and the Son. Then you quote the Quran saying, and the Jews say Ezra is the Son of God, and the Christians say the Messiah, Jesus is the Son of God. That is their saying with their mouths. They imitate sayings of those who disbelieved of old. So that's chapter 9, verse 30. And then you quote chapter 19, verse 88 through 93, which basically says that they say Allah has begotten a son, indeed you have brought a thing most terrible, etc., etc., etc. And you conclude the whole thing by saying Antichrist does not mean against Jesus. And then you say the Quran is not against Jesus. Now, I would agree with you here. The Quran is not against Jesus. But then you say the Quran is against Christ. Christ is not a last name. Antichrist denies Jesus is the Christ. Antichrist denies the Father and the Son. The Quran equals Antichrist. The thing is that the Quran never denies that Jesus is the Christ. He is called Jesus Christ. He is called the Messiah many, many times in the Quran. What you made the mistake of doing, and maybe you could edit your channel to make your point clearer, is the Quran denies that Jesus is the literal Son of God. So the thing is that 1 John that you quoted says the Antichrist is against Jesus being the Christ. However, Muhammad and the Quran both call Jesus the Christ. They do not deny him that title. So you're mistaken there. essentially that's all I can find here. Oh, and by the way, you use Strong's Concordance at one point in your channel. I would go back and I would look at the root word for Elohim, because if you look at Strong's Concordance, you'll find that the Strong's Concordance does say that Allah is the Arabic word for God, and Strong's Concordance does say that Allah is the same God as the Jews and the Christians. So you use Strong's Concordance. Let me just double check. I'm looking at your channel right here. Yes, you did use Strong's Concordance for your for looking for the rulers of darkness. You use that for You use Strong's Concordance to find out what that phrase was all about. I would look up Strong's Concordance since you use that and look up Elohim. Look at the root for that, and you'll find that Arabic is Allah, meaning that that in Arabic. That's why Arab Jews and Christians do call God Allah. If you look at an Arabic Bible, Allah is the word that is used for God, and Strong's Concordance does not deny that Jews, Christians, and Muslims worship the same God. So I hope this video has been informative. Again, Bob Waters 101. This is not a personal attack against you. You invited me to look at your channel and see if I learned something, and indeed I did. So thank you very much for the invite. Peace be with you all.